Will history repeat itself? Jermell Charlo could be the second fighter to be undisputed in 2 divisions during the 4-belt era. We saw Terrence Crawford do it. Can Jermell do it too? The difference in this attempt is that Charlo will go up 2 weight divisions to do this. He is the undisputed king at 154 pounds and will go up to 168 pounds for all of Canelo's belts. You can't blame him for striving for greatness. But can he actually do it? Going up against Canelo is no easy task. He is one of the most defensively sound fighters around. Having brilliant head movement while on the attack makes surviving his offense extremely difficult. The head movement opens up many counterpunching opportunities for him, and you do not want to be at the end of his power shots. A boastful 39 KOs in his career proves this. But Canelo is not unbeatable. We have seen this in various fights. Most recently when he tried to unify at light heavyweight against Dimitri Bivol. We must also not forget the hard-fought battles with Triple G, his early loss to Mayweather, and his narrow and controversial victory over Erislandy Lara. What we learn from these fights is that Canelo struggles against fighters that have 3 things: a consistent jab, distance control, and movement. In Canelo's losses, the clear-cut common factor was the opponent's jab output. Jermell, who possesses a strong jab, needs to throw it at a good rate consistently in the fight if he expects to win. This is what set up the victory by Mayweather in his first loss, by Bivol in his most recent loss, and the reason he had many issues against Triple G and Lara. If Charlo wants to succeed, he will need to throw more than single or double jabs as he often does, and instead push to make his jab the emphasis. The jab deters Canelo from being able to get his combinations going and keeps him at bay where he cannot reach the opponent as easily. Utilizing movement coupled with jabs is another way of deterring Canelo. Erislandy Lara proved this as Canelo struggled with the fighter's ability to move laterally and maintain the appropriate distance. This allowed Lara to win a lot of rounds by keeping a good distance and deterring Canelo from planting his feet to let off his power shots. Lara also used strong defensive fundamentals while moving out of danger, as Canelo loved to throw hooks from a distance. If you want victory over Canelo, movement is fundamental, whether it is in and out movement like Bivol used or circling around with jabs like Triple G. Footwork is key. We know that for Charlo to succeed, he will have to follow the blueprint that has been laid out against Canelo. But what does Canelo have to do to ensure victory? Just like Canelo's defeat shows his flaws, so do Jermell's. The blueprint has been laid out by Tony Harrison. Jermell is a patient fighter. He likes to take his time with his opponents. His incredible power at 154 pounds is respected by his opponents. This causes his opponents to hesitate before moving on the attack, giving Jermell a lot of time to do as he pleases. For Charlo, this has created a habit of throwing a combination, then taking his time to think before throwing another one. This is a good quality in a fighter, but the thinking has to be done fast enough that it prevents his opponent from having time to think as well. This habit is what led to Charlo's first loss, as Harrison was able to outthink Charlo in between combinations and avoid being countered too many times. Brian Castano also took advantage of Jermell's lax style by committing to throw hard combinations while Charlo sought counterpunching opportunities. Canelo Alvarez can come out victorious over Charlo by setting out to do the exact same things Harrison and Castano did. Canelo should focus on attacking Jermell directly after finishing combinations, putting an emphasis to counter his single and double jabs, as Charlo has a habit of not moving his head after doing so. Canelo has already mastered pressure fighting, but when it comes to Charlo, feints are a must, as he is always looking to land a big counter punch. The prediction for this fight is Canelo via mid to late knockout. Since Jermell is going up 2 divisions for his first time, this will be the first time he experiences the power of a super middleweight who has knocked out a light heavyweight. Although Jermell has the size advantage, we know that size does not faze Canelo. Just watch him against Caleb Smith. We have seen Charlo outskilled by Harrison and pressured by Castano. Harrison is a great fighter, but does not compare to Canelo in skill, and Castano does not possess the power nor chin that Canelo does. If those 2 fighters gave Charlo trouble, imagine what Canelo can do. For Charlo to come out victorious, he will need to increase his punch output and increase his lateral movement. 2 things that will be hard to change for a fighter that has relied on a patient power punching style his whole career. But this is boxing, and anything can happen. Let me know who you think will win this fight. Do you agree with the prediction? And that's all.
To this day!